There's a lot more that's going to be going on inside that papal conclave than just electing a new pope. Whoever steps out onto that loggia, the balcony, will be a statement on the fate of Western civilization. And it very much relates to what we see in the MAGA movement in a way that not even the MAGA movement itself realizes. So let's start with MAGA. What does that even mean? Make America Great Again. Emphasis on again. Well, simply put, it means a return, a going back. It's precisely why Kamala Harris and her insane supporters chanted so loudly, "We will not go back." They recognized even what MAGA itself may not have, at least fully, that the goal of MAGA was to reject the current path America is on, admit much of it was a huge error born in the 1960s, and therefore pump the brakes and go into reverse. As Donald Trump kept hammering, America has been vastly diminished, lost its way in many areas, is in decline, and this must be reversed. So a political war erupted, and Trump's message of go back beat Harris's message of we will not go back. And most notably, those who supported Trump most ardently are the younger generations, especially younger men. While surprising perhaps at first, kinda, really isn't when you stop and consider that young men have borne the brunt of toxic femininity that first erupted in the 1960s and was really kind of the driving force of all of this. And the leaders of all of that disruption are now either dead or in their late 70s and 80s. So how does all of that connect with the upcoming papal conclave? Well, the exact same dynamic is at play. The push to be more modern has been a driving force among many Catholic leaders since the 1960s. That drive necessarily involved rejecting or at least ignoring things of the past, downplaying them at every opportunity. The past is bad. As the impact of both cultural and religious rejections of the past has taken its toll on individuals, it's the youth that are now rising up to reject modernism, and not just at the ballot box. This past Easter, various dioceses across the country saw record numbers of converts to Catholicism, especially among young people. In England, land of the Church of England, there are now more practicing Catholics than there are Anglicans, again, with the young leading the way. Record numbers of young came into the church in France as well. There's simply no denying that the 1960s church is giving way to the Catholic Church of MAGA, if you'll allow the terminology, meaning tradition, the way things used to be. Perhaps no single picture more represents this than the very timely snapshot of Catholic convert Vice President J.D. Vance meeting Pope Francis. In J.D. is both MAGA and young Catholicism. In Francis was 1960s Catholicism, and definitely not MAGA. One the future, the other the past, separated by almost 50 years. They met. The next day, Pope Francis died. The past versus the future is what will be at the heart of the battle inside that conclave in a little over a week. So pray for a Catholic MAGA Pope. And just before we leave, please consider supporting our work here by clicking on the provided link. We give you straight talk here at Souls and Liberty as we bring you a perspective you aren't going to find anywhere else, a blending of the spiritual and the temporal, the most informed view there is on the internet. Again, please click on the link and support our work, and thank you in advance. Coming to you from Houston, Texas, yeehaw! I'm Gary Michael Voris. God love you.